Welcome to Surgical Guides Studio YouTube channel. Today we will share with you the protocol for a case that is going to undergo implant placement for maxillary implants plus 2 zygomatic implants in the upper jaw with subsequent immediate loading. In case immediate loading will be aborted, then the patient has a spare denture. The spare denture is exactly the same wax sub as the conversion prosthesis. So this is going to be like a star concept, something like this, but we added something cool. Stay tuned for the end of the video to know what we can help you with and our innovation. So the first thing is that we are going to have a solid jaw, and we have two pieces. We have the bone reduction guide, which is a buccal guide, and the index. The index is the existing prosthesis of the patient. So we will guide our guide into position by two things: by the occlusion with the opposing jaw, and also by something else, which is the bone legs. These will rest on bone, as you could see, and also the patient is biting. So we know our guides are sitting exactly into the same position that we have planned them. So this is also magnetic, so they just stack on top of each other. Perfect. So this is the buccal guide, and this is the seating index. All you will have to do is just go anterior-posteriorly, since it's a buccal guide, and bam, it's in position. And to verify while you're in surgery is you look at the bone legs and make sure that they are in intimate contact with the alveolar bone. And once this is accomplished, then you will proceed with your surgery and pin your base guide into position. So if we want to demonstrate on our jaw, this is the skull of the patient that we have printed for this case specifically. And then you just go and seat your guides into position. You pin them as we have told you. And then once you pin it, then you no longer need this piece. And now you could see the amount of bone that you need to cut. You cut that bone, and then you bring your implant placement guide, which is also magnetic. You seat it into position. You place your implants through the guide. Place all the anterior implant for this case, and leave the zygomatic. This just to give you an identification, an idea about the trajectory of those zygomatic implants. You place 4 implants first, and then it's time to do one thing, to place your multi-unit abutments. And in order to place your multi-unit abutments, this case will undergo straight multi-units in the anterior 4 implants. However, we have 17 degrees over here, so we give you a line that shows the trajectory of the implant so you can screw it quickly, no wasting time in the OR. And once you're done with that, then you will do something else, which is attaching the temporary cylinder into position. You attach the 4 temporary cylinders. Don't worry about the maxillary implants first, and then you have your conversion prosthesis ready for pickup. So this is what I told you about in the beginning of the video, the star concept, but plus we have occlusion. How do you know that? Because it occludes with the opposing jaw, which is an immediate load hybrid that we have worked for this case. So all you have to do is seat this hybrid, the ready-made hybrid, into the carrier, and the direction is anterior-posteriorly. So the front teeth will go first, and you hear the click, and now you know everything is seated, and now you know that you have proper occlusion with the opposing, all into position. And then it's time that you convert your prosthesis. So the first conversion will involve only the 4 maxillary implants. We seat it into position. Everything indexes through the magnets and also through the buccal hole, through the occlusion. And then you just convert the patient. And when you convert your patient, you convert him through the buccal holes that we have already provided for you for this case. So it's an easy pickup. And once the pickup is done, then you go about something else. What do you go about? You go about placing the zygomatic implants. You can keep the bone reduction guide into position, or you can take it off if you wish, and then you go get your zygomatic implants and place those zygomas into position. There you go, you screw them in, and you got the trajectory of the first one, and then we go place the second zygoma, and you get it into position. Your zygomas are good. Then you attach your multi-unit abutments on the zygoma. You attach the temporary cylinders on the zygoma. You take your prosthesis off the carrier. Then you have your conversion prosthesis already picked up on 4 implants, so they will index already to the multi-units, and you can pick the zygomas at once or at different stages. So the whole procedure will take 3 pickups. So what you do is that the prosthesis is already indexed with screws to the multi-units, so you can attach the first multi-unit, put the temporary cylinder, and make sure that it seats passively. You wiggle it around, then you screw the prosthesis onto the 4 screws, and you convert 1 implant through a buccal hole, and then you go to the other zygomatic and you do the same, and voila, your patient has immediate load prosthesis same day with 6 implants, 2 zygomatics, and 4 anteriors. So if you really want this kind of prosthetics, you want this elite dental work, you want to give your patients smile in a day, teeth in a day, and you want your patient's money to be really useful, then you can send the money to us and we will make you something that you will put in the patient's mouth and not throw in the garbage. Have a great day.